I'm saying, this ain't no accident. I said, this is a test. Because God is trying to see how I'm going to, I could have just like, what's up? Kept on walking or something. Not saying anything. But I stopped and I talked to the person, prayed with the person, and everything. And God was really showing me. He said, see, you have to be careful how you dealing with people that you feel hurt you or offended you. You take the high road, and God's going to bless you on the road. He's going to bless. God's going to take care of you. See, don't you let evil. What does the scripture say? It says, don't be overcome with evil, but come on, preacher now with me. Don't be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with what? With good. Give God some praise, but overcome evil with good. And I thought about this. Here's the point of the story. Because when I was dealing with this person, in the last several weeks before this happened, there were some people bringing this person's name up to me. And they kept asking, what do you think about so-and-so? What do you think about so-and-so? I'm like, why is everybody asking me? And every time they asked me, I said, hey, I don't have anything to say. Mama says, can't say nothing good. No, but I just did that. I just said, I didn't have anything negative to say. I just said, hey, I don't know. What do you think? Back around there. But my point is that God was showing me this person to tell me, see, I was trying to let you know, don't say anything bad. If they did something, the Bible says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Let God deal with it, but don't you keep it in your heart, because if you watch what you say about other people, then you can watch a blessing coming to you. Give God some praise. Amen? And the Lord's been blessing me. So I thank God for that. So I didn't say anything negatively. Here's another thing. Don't speak negatively about others, and watch this. Don't speak negatively about leadership. I said, do not speak negatively about leadership. Be careful. Be very careful when you put your mouth on leadership. Amen? I mean, I'm even committing myself to pray more for Trump and speak less about it. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just, hey, the Lord handle it. The Lord handleth it. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. In the scripture, guess who the people were who put Jesus on the cross? They were mockers. They were scorners. They mocked him. You say nothing, save yourself. They were scorners. They put, crown on his head and of thorns and put a robe around him, and they mocked him. Be careful when you speak against leadership, because you'll take on a spirit of mockery. You take on a spirit of scorn. There was a time when, I have a breaking news flash for y'all. I wasn't always a pastor. And I wasn't always a pastor of this church. I used to, wasn't that something? That's just, I know it's a little hard to wrap your head around that. I used to be a member of a church like you all are. And I was a member of some really good churches. But even in those churches, everything wasn't always perfect. And I had some opinions about the way they were doing some things, right? I was like, I don't think they should do that. Why? Or even, why are they doing that? These questions crop up in your mind. Somebody say amen. Amen. And I remember one time being in one of these ministries. I remember being at Crenshaw Christian Center, and I had some questions. I was like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And one thing I will never forget that I learned from that ministry, bless my heart. To this day, I'll never forget. And it's this scripture right here. Psalm 34. Psalm 34. I never will forget. Dr. Betty ministered this, Lady Robin. And I never will forget. It's like that one message. It's just seared in my heart. And it says this. Because obviously at that time, there was some people, the rumblings. And if you didn't know the history, what was it that kept Israel out of the promised land, that first generation? Murmuring, complaining. Of course, unbelief too, but murmuring, complaining kept them out. So then she gave this scripture, and it says this. It says, watch this. It says, Psalm 34:11. It says, come ye children, Hearken unto me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord. There it is again, Reverend. You said it today. The fear of the Lord is not a bad thing. The fear of the Lord is a good thing. David said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? Wisdom and knowledge and understanding. In other words, the fear and reverence of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Now watch this. He said, come, my children, hearken unto me, and I'll teach you the fear of the Lord. Verse 12. Here's the key. What man is it that desires life and loves many days? Does anybody desire to live and want to live a long life? Well, I stopped by to help you out. Here it is. Here's what's going to help you out. It says, that he may see good. Here's how you do it. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking guile or deceit or lies or rumors. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. In other words, if you want to live a long, prosperous, peaceful life, watch it. Somebody say, watch it.
Watch it.
I just told you. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you say about yourself. You got to watch what you say about others. Point number 2 is you got to watch what you do. You got to watch what you do. Every time I find this word watch in the New Testament, it always seems to be coupled with watch and pray. Watch and pray. They go together. You have to watch and pray when you're trying to build something. You have to watch and pray when you're at war against something. And you know you are at war, right? Somebody say, I'm in the army.
I'm in the army
of the Lord.
of the Lord.
Say, I got to watch it. In other words, there's an enemy, and you got to watch it. You got to watch and pray when you're trying to get somewhere. See, you have to watch what you do is what we're talking about. You have to watch that you keep awake and sober so that you won't enter into temptation. That's what Jesus said the night before he went to the cross. He told them, he said, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. You got to be on watch. You got to be on guard. You know why I say that? Because what I have learned is that you can spend a lifetime building up your reputation. It takes a long time to build up a reputation, doesn't it? It does. But you can destroy it in one decision.
Yeah.
All it takes is one thing, and you can fall just like that. Turn your name and say, watch it.
Watch it.
I'm serious. See, watch what you say and watch what you do, because, you know, you might be, listen, men,
Yeah.
ladies,
Yes.
you men might be in the barber shop just talking and chewing the fat. Yeah, man, she sure is fine. She a brick house. I can do something with that. Watch out now. Because words are powerful. They get in your mind. Now, everybody who you saying it to might not do it. But God might take what you said and present that brick house to you. And then you stumble, and then you done messed up everything. Ladies, be careful. You might be talking too. You might be talking about, yeah, I need a man who does this. Watch it. Watch out. Yeah, he fine. He make this hair look bad. He so fine, girl. And I tell you, I would hurt him. I put a hurt on him. You better watch it. You better watch it. I said you better watch it. Well, hey, that's conceptual. If your mind's clean, you don't have to just watch it. Anyway, watch it, because you talking yourself into some sin.
Amen.
Oh, her husband sure is fine. She don't know what to do with him. Now, I know what to do with him. Watch it. The devil might give you an opportunity. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Got to be careful. Word. God created everything through words.
Yes.
Watch it. Watch out for the enemy. Because the Bible says in 1 Peter 5 and 8, he's like a what? A roaring lion. He's walking about, prowling about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. In other words, he's not looking for the strong in faith. He's looking for the easy pickings. Somebody who's weak and somebody who doesn't have the word in their heart or their mouth. He said, that, oh, I can eat them for lunch. I got them. I got them. I can, watch this. He said, I got them. They're at their job, and they're all frustrated, and they're so frustrated, they're getting ready to tell their boss off. I got them. I'm going to get them to lose their job today. Over one little thing, to get them to lose their job today, you come home, Your wife come out, how did it go to work today? Well, can we talk, honey? She don't want to hear that. She just went to the mall and spent some money. She don't want to hear that. She wants to know that you've been watching it. Gotta stay humble. You listen, if you're not ready to start your own business, you gotta stay humble. Amen. I don't know what I'm talking to today, but I'm trying to tell you something. And then listen, you gotta watch. When I say watch what you do, here's a really important one. You gotta watch it so that you can redeem the time. That may not be a word that, an expression that you may be familiar with, but Ephesians 5:18 says to redeem the time. You know what it means? It means to make the most of the time. Watch it. Watch what you do that you may redeem the time. Why is it that Christians are always walking around talking about, Pastor, I would be praying every day, but I don't have the time. Pastor, I would be down there at the prayer meeting, but I don't have the time. Pastor, I would be at church every week, but see, I just don't have the time. Watch it, because the Lord says you do have the time. It's a question of where you're putting your time. It's a question of where you're putting your priority, where you're emphasizing your time. You need, the Bible says, redeem the time, because you only have so much time in this world. And it says it is appointed unto every man once to die. And after that comes the what? Judgment. The judgment. And God's going to judge you on how you use your time. Watch it. You got to redeem the time. And watch this. Watch the activities you're doing and watch who you're doing them with. I said, watch the activities you're doing and watch who you're doing them with. Well, it was just a little, hey, Pastor, that movie, it was just a little something. We just watching, that was pornographic. Why were you watching that? That well, Pastor, this is fiction, Pastor. This movie was just fiction. It wasn't about nothing. Yeah, but there were some spirits in that movie. They were talking about Ouija boards and witches and devils and all these other things. You better watch it. You better watch it. There was sorcery in that movie. You better watch it. You get and watch this. And you let your children see it. Oh yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Watch it. You let that stuff get into them. Well, Pastor, all the movies these days are about vampires. That's just the going thing. Yeah, and a whole lot of people going to hell too, but that don't mean you got to go watch it. You got to watch it. You got to be listen, you got to watch what you watch. I'm trying to give somebody some help today. I said you better watch what you're watching. You better put like David said, you better set a guard over your eyes. And you better watch what you're watching, because that's one of the two biggest gates into your soul. Ear gate and eye gate. Two biggest gates for the devil to have it to your soul. If I can put it in their eyes and put it in their ears, then they'll have it. But then, church, if you watch what you are saying, and if you watch what you are doing, you can watch how God is going to bless you. Amen? Amen. I said he's going to bless you, and I got news for you today, that if you watch what you're saying and watch what you're doing, God's got a blessing with your name on it. And here's the great thing about it. The moment you decide in your heart, I'm going to start watching what I'm saying. I'm going to start watching what I'm doing. From that moment, God is going to send his blessing. It's not going to take no long time. I'm here to tell you today that from the moment you make a little adjustment, God's going to give you a lot of blessing. From the moment you say, I'm ready to change, God is going to send a blessing, and it ain't going to take no long time. He's going to open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive it. It's going to be immediate. It's going to be abundant. And it's all because you said, I'm ready to start watching it, because God wants to bless me even more than I want to be blessed. Praise ye the Lord. Give God some praise. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Here's about Isaac Saints of prayer.